If you're looking to return to the paid workforce after a career break, but you're not having any success finding a job, you might be applying for jobs wrong. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can apply for jobs more effectively. But first, what the heck do I even mean about applying for a job wrong? You just hit the apply button, right? Not so fast. With lower barriers of entry, that's what everybody is doing to try to land a job. And for you to stand out, you need to do things differently. First up is to stop blindly applying for jobs. Think about it. If you are seeing a position, that means thousands of other people are seeing that same position. And so many of them are just hitting apply. Now, this is a little bit controversial because some people truly believe that it is quantity over quality. I'm in the other camp, and I believe that quality over quantity is going to help you land a job faster. Now, we've all heard of statistics such as 70 to 80% of jobs are filled without them ever being posted. While the numbers are up for debate, it is a fact that there are a certain number of jobs that are never even posted. And that's because those positions are filled either internally or through connections. And that is what you need to do. You need to start building connections. Notice I did not state you need to start networking. Networking is knowing more people, while connecting is knowing people more. And while networking definitely has a place in this, your focus should be on taking anybody you met through networking means and making sure that you're truly cultivating a connection with them. And as humans, we tend to like to see numbers. You can apply for 1,000 jobs and feel as though you have been truly productive. But if you are not yielding interviews and job offers from them, then those are meaningless. On the other hand, if you apply for, let's say, 30 jobs, but 20 of those are based on connections and you have an actual in at that company, you are probably going to have a more successful job search journey. So stop just hitting apply and make sure that you are seeking out either somebody who works at that company or work with a recruiter or talk with somebody even in the industry who is able to get you more information and learn about you as a person rather than just a resume. And that leads me to point number 2, not tailoring your resume. I know, writing your resume is not on your top 10 list of fun things to do. But here's the thing, it does not have to be super overwhelming. You should always have what I like to call your master resume. This is going to have all of your experience on it. Now, this is going to be the meat of your resume. When I say tailor, I mean take a look at the job description that you are applying for. And if you're noticing the focus is on certain areas that while you might have experience in, you don't really have reflected very high on your resume, switch up your resume a little bit to bring those to the forefront. On the flip side, if you have experience in something that the job description has nothing to do with, maybe think about either moving those to the bottom or removing them completely and putting in the areas that do match the job description. And with the resume, you do not have to redo it every single time. Like I said, you should have the meat of your resume, which will always stay the same, and then just do some tweaking for each of the positions. And big tip, always make sure to have your resume proofread by human eyes. While AI is great, it will miss stuff because things can be spelled right, but they might not make sense. So always have 1, 2, or even 3 people look over your resume. And number 3 is to stop limiting yourself. A few years back, there was a study that said that men will apply for a position if they only meet 60% of the qualifications, while women have to meet 100% before they are comfortable with applying for the same position. Now, these numbers have actually since been debunked, but further studies have gone on to show that there is a disparity between men and women and their comfortability with applying for positions they're not 100% qualified for. Men are much more willing to just go out on a limb and see what happens, while women feel as though they're wasting their time and the company's time, so they don't even bother. Get those thoughts out of your head. If you see a position that you are interested in and you hit a lot of those key points that they're looking for, then apply. Even if you're kind of on the fence, there is no harm in trying. Do not take yourself out of the game before it has even started. Also, in regards to limiting yourself, you might just skim over any part-time or contract position because you think that's not what I want. Now, I'm not saying that you should or should not apply for part-time or contract. It's definitely up to what you currently want and need in your life. But I will tell you, I had a contract position that led to a full-time permanent position with a Fortune 500 company. I would have never had that opportunity if I didn't take on that contract position. And the same with the part-time position that I had as well. And the great thing with part-time is I actually took it while my kiddo was still at home, and I was able to ramp up into a full-time position when he went to school. Don't limit yourself either with self-doubt or thinking that a position is completely not what you want until you learn the full story behind it. Those are my 3 ways to more effectively apply for positions. Number 1 is to not blindly apply for positions. Rather than being one of the hundreds, if not thousands of people who simply hit apply, see if you have a connection point to anybody within the company or within the industry. Number 2 is to make sure you tailor your resume for each position. Like I said, it doesn't have to be overwhelming, just a couple tweaks here and there to make sure yours stands out. And number 3 is stop limiting yourself. Do not take yourself out of the game before the game has even started. And as promised, here is my bonus tip, and that is to volunteer. I know, sometimes people think, I don't have the time to volunteer, but the beauty with volunteering is that you're in charge of your schedule. And when you volunteer, you have the ability to learn new skills, to meet new people, and even land a job offer. In fact, I landed 2 job offers while I was strategically volunteering over my career break. And if you'd like insights from somebody who's been on both sides of the interviewing table, make sure to subscribe for weekly videos.